Good morning students. Today we'll start with our revision session. So lesson number 1 and lesson number 2 you have for your science exam. Lesson number 1, living world and classification of microbes. We will revise this lesson today. Okay. So let's start now. Okay, so what is the definition for biological classification? Biological classification means the process of dividing living organisms into groups and subgroups is called biological classification. Yes, what is the meaning of biological classification? The process of dividing living organisms into groups and subgroups is called biological classification. Then the name of the scientist Robert Harding Whittaker was an American ecologist. In 1969, he divided living organisms into 5 groups. Robert Harding Whittaker, the name of the scientist, he divided living organisms into 5 groups. Now, for this classification, Whittaker considered following criteria. So, for this classification, he had considered following criteria that also we will study now. The first criteria is complexity of cell structure. The first criteria is complexity of cell structure. In that, prokaryotic and eukaryotic. Prokaryotic cells means which do not have nucleus in it, and eukaryotic they have nucleus in it. So complexity of cell structure, based on complexity of cell structures, it is divided into prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Prokaryotes means which do not have nucleus in it, and eukaryotics they have nucleus in it. Okay, now the next criteria is complexity of organisms. In that, unicellular or multicellular. Unicellular means the living organisms whose body is made up of single cell, and multicellular means whose body is made up of more than one cell. Okay, so they are called as multicellular. So based on complexity of organisms, living organisms are divided into unicellular or multicellular. Okay, so these are the two criteria. First one is complexity of cell structure. Based on complexity of cell structures, it is further divided into prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Prokaryote cells which do not have nucleus in it, and eukaryote cells they have nucleus in it. Then the second one is complexity of organisms. Based on complexity of organisms, they are further divided into unicellular or multicellular animals. Now third we will see. The third criteria is mode of nutrition. In that, plants, fungi and animals. The mode of nutrition for plants, the mode of nutrition for fungi and animals are given. Plants, they are autotrophic. Autotrophic means the plants, they are making their own food. Yes, by the process of photosynthesis. So they are autotrophs. Then the next, fungi, they are saprophytic, means they are dependent on dead and decaying organic matter. Okay, so they are saprophytic. Fungi are saprophytic. Why? Because they are dependent on dead and decaying organic matter. So in front of saprophytic it is mentioned their absorption from dead organisms. Now the third one is animals. They are heterotrophic. They are dependent on other sources for their food, and ingestive. So animals are heterotrophic and ingestive. So this is about mode of nutrition. In plants, fungi and animals are given. Plants are autotrophic, fungi are saprophytic, and animals are heterotrophic or ingestive. Okay, so this is about mode of nutrition. First one we have seen complexity of cell structure. Second one is complexity of organisms. Now the third one is mode of nutrition. Now we'll see the fourth and fifth one. Fourth criteria is lifestyle. Plants are producers as they are making their own food. Animals are consumers as they are dependent on other sources, and fungi are decomposers. They are decomposed or break down the organic matter. Okay, so they are decomposers. Now the next one, last criteria is phylogenetic relationship. Prokaryote to eukaryote and unicellular to multicellular. Yes, the relationship between prokaryotes to eukaryotes and unicellular to multicellular. This is about phylogenetic relationship between living organisms. So these are the 5 criteria just now we have studied. Yes, which is the first one? complexity of cell structure. Second one is complexity of organisms. Third one is mode of nutrition. Fourth one is lifestyle. And the fifth one is phylogenetic relationship. I hope you are clear with all the 5 criteria. Now, see, this is the table of 5 kingdom system of classification. Okay, living organisms are divided into which type? Prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Prokaryotes which do not have nucleus in it, and eukaryotes, they have nucleus in it. Okay, so prokaryotes are further divided into, as you can see here, they are further divided into unicellular, and eukaryotes are further divided into unicellular and multicellular. Now, under unicellular, in prokaryotes, kingdom 1 Monera. Yes, and in eukaryotes, under unicellular, kingdom 2 Protista, and under multicellular, kingdom 3 Fungi, kingdom 4 Plantae, and kingdom 5 Animalia. Yes, if we'll see in kingdom 3 Fungi, what it is written there, cell wall is present, but the organisms cannot perform photosynthesis. Fourth one is kingdom 4 Plantae, cell wall present and organisms can perform photosynthesis. Kingdom 4 Plantae, all types of plants, herbs, trees, bushes comes under Plantae. Kingdom 4 Plantae. Now kingdom 5 is Animalia, all types of animals. Yes, comes under kingdom 5 Animalia. No cell wall present. Okay, so this is about 5 kingdom system of classification. We have studied the criteria also. Now each one, kingdom 1, kingdom 2 and kingdom 3, all the 3 kingdoms, we will see the characteristics of it. Okay, so this is first one, kingdom 1 Monera. They are unicellular. They are autotrophic or heterotrophic. Yes, kingdom 1 Monera, they are unicellular and they are autotrophic or heterotrophic, and they are prokaryotes. Yes, why they come under prokaryotic cells? Means they do not have nucleus in it, so they comes under prokaryotic cells. So kingdom 1 Monera, what are the characteristics? They are unicellular, they are autotrophic or heterotrophic, and they come under, or these are prokaryotic cells. Now kingdom 2 Protista, they are autotrophics. Examples are Euglena and Volvox, and they are heterotrophics too. Heterotrophics example is amoeba and paramecium. So kingdom 2 Protista, the examples are Euglena, Volvox, amoeba and paramecium. In this Euglena and Volvox, they are autotrophic as they are making their own food, and amoeba and paramecium are heterotrophics. Okay, so this is about kingdom 1 and kingdom 2. Kingdom 1 Monera and kingdom 2 Protista. Now we'll move to the next, that is kingdom 3 Fungi. Yes, kingdom 3 Fungi, they are non-green eukaryotic heterotrophic organisms. They are non-green eukaryotic and heterotrophic organisms. Most of them are saprotrophs. Most of them are saprotrophs, means they are dependent on dead and decaying organic matter. Examples, baker's yeast and mushroom. These are the examples of kingdom 3 Fungi. Okay, so this is about kingdom 3 Fungi. You will learn all the characteristics, you will read, you will revise all the characteristics of kingdom 1, kingdom 2 and kingdom 3. Okay, now next part is classification of microbes. So after this we will start with classification of microbes. Now one more flowchart is given, as you can see here, the classification of microorganisms. Microorganisms are classified into prokaryotes and eukaryotes, and prokaryotes are further divided into bacteria, and eukaryotes are further divided into protista, fungi and algae, as you can see here in the table. Now we will see the characteristics of each. First one is bacteria. Bacteria, they are unicellular, they are independent or parasitic organisms. So bacteria, which are the characteristics? They are unicellular, they are independent or they are parasitic organisms. They reproduce by simple binary fission, and examples Coccus and Bacillus. These are the examples of bacteria. So under bacteria, these are the characteristics. First one, unicellular, independent or parasitic organism. Second one is reproduced by simple binary fission. And third one is examples, that is coccus and bacillus are the examples of bacteria. Now the second one is protozoa. First characteristic is unicellular organisms with eukaryotic cells. They are unicellular organisms with eukaryotic cells as they come under eukaryotic cell. Now reproduce by simple cell division. They reproduce by simple cell division. And examples are amoeba, paramecium, euglena. These are the examples of protozoans. Okay, or protozoa. Okay, so first one is bacteria we have seen. Second one is protozoa. Now the third one is fungi. Fungi, they are eukaryotic organisms, saprotrophs, as they are dependent on dead and decaying organic matter, so they are saprotrophs. Reproduce by sexually and asexually by cell division or by budding. So they reproduce by sexually or by asexually, and by cell division or by budding. Then examples are Baker's yeast, candida, mushroom are the examples of fungi. So this is about fungi. These are the characteristics. Now the next one is algae. Algae, they are aquatic, they are eukaryotic, unicellular, autotrophic organisms. Algae, they found in water, so they are aquatic, they are eukaryotic, they comes under eukaryotic cells. Unicellular, they are autotrophic organisms as they are making their own food, so they are autotrophic organisms. Examples are Chlamydomonas and Chlorella. These are the examples of algae. So this is about algae. Now the last one, that is viruses. Yes, viruses are extremely minute, can be seen only with electron microscope. Viruses are so minute, they are extremely minute, they can be visible or they can be seen only with the electron microscope. Viruses cause many diseases to plants and animals. They cause many diseases to plants and animals. Yes, we have studied one virus. We have seen one picture of virus, that is tomato wilt virus. So viruses cause diseases to plants and animals. Now the last part from lesson number 1, that is, yes, here are the few of the viruses are mentioned. Cattle, they are attacked by the Picorna virus. Humans, they are attacked by the polio virus, influenza virus, HIV AIDS virus. So these are the different types of viruses. Plants, they are attacked by the tomato wilt virus or tobacco mosaic virus, etc. And bacteria, they are attacked by bacteriophage, that is virus which attack bacteria. So this is about the different viruses, it is mentioned here in the table. So here we have completed revision for lesson number 1. Okay, you will revise all the characteristics and examples of all the kingdoms, and you will study the classification of microorganisms. Okay, from these lessons questions can come for fill in the blanks, match the following, true or false, then who am I, okay, and answer in one word. So you will prepare all the questions which are given in the assignment. So that's all for today. Thank you so much.